welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Jayme.
And this is Beth.
And we are two oldish, youngish ladies going into 2024 with some good intentions. Some great intentions.
Great intentions. I am not a fan of New Year's resolutions. I feel like it sets me up for failure, and I stopped doing them years ago. But
wait, no, you didn't.
I did, because I started doing intentions or goals.
Oh,
because
okay. Because I'm like, wait, I remember you saying you wanted to read like 100 books or whatever, and I was like, why are you saying that? That's too many.
Yes. But I did get way closer this last year.
Oh, I know you did.
Yeah, but I think changing the terminology around it takes the pressure off. For me, at least. Like, so
it's not a resolution. Like, I'm going to do this 100%,
yes.
And then life happens and you don't, and then you're like, crap.
Yeah, and feeling like, oh, I'm a crappy person, and it's, March, and I have done nothing towards my resolutions, and I'm awful. I did hear this thing, and I think I've talked about this before. I love my TikTok, and there was this guy on there discussing the thing of like, why do we set, goals and resolutions at the beginning of the year when that is not a time for nature to be changing?
No,
because it's like we're dormant and quiet. And he's like, so why are we not setting intentions for like when spring is coming, when life is coming back into the world in this way? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so deep. And so now I'm kind of more like that. Like, I'm like,
so you're like, let's not even talk about this now. Let's just wait.
I think it's good to look forward, but also not have that pressure of like, oh, it's January 1st. Well, I need to change everything.
You know when I feel like I get momentum? September.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
I think it's because it's a transition. Of like, okay, summertime is coming to a close. We're getting into a routine, which we haven't been because, kids have been staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning and sleeping till noon and whatever all summer long. And then it's like, okay, we need to get on track. Everyone's getting up in the morning. This is what is happening. So I feel like September is kind of...
I like that idea of like setting those times when it is a time of transition. Like looking at your life, reevaluating, what do I want to bring in? What do I want to let go of during times of transition that are like more natural?
Yeah.
Because like right now it doesn't feel natural to be like,
so let's not even do it. Just kidding. No, we're going to talk about
I've just been thinking, I think I've been pondering on stuff for a few months now. Like, what do I want my life to look like? With every year, my birthday's in December. So it's like every year I kind of like, well, what do I want this next year to be? And I have a really bad habit of just trying to like expecting life to just happen for me and not taking the initiative to like make plans in a way that are and conducive to what I want to be in life. And I've definitely like been kind of in a place now of like, I stopped youth ministry a few years ago. I feel like I've like almost recovered from that. Like I've had enough time away to be like, okay, now I have breathing room. I don't feel burnt out. Like what do I want now? And so that's kind of what this is about for me, at least. It's just like, what do I want?
I want to know.
Well, the first thing is I want to be mindful about my body in a way like of like, what am I eating? How am I moving? What am I, not just like, what am I ingesting like mentally? Like, what am I allowing in? Just kind of everything. Like, what am I consuming? In all forms and facets and what
being
is serving.
More aware.
Yeah. Because I think it's easy, like, you get into your ruts or whatever. And also like you get into your algorithm gets a certain way. Like I was looking at my YouTube the other day and I had watched a couple of true crime videos at some point. And so now all of my recommendations are like half of them are true crime and like people going missing. I'm like,
probably
I don't
shaking your head like that's not really what I want.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't really want that in my world. Like I want to be aware of what's happening in the world and, mindful of it, of what people go through. But I also don't want every night to be like, I'm not a true crime girly. Like I'm not that stereotypical, let me drink some wine and watch my, listen to my podcast about murder. Not my thing.
No.
And so, and if it is your thing, good for you, girl. Like you do you. But for me, it's like that just doesn't bring in the energy that I want. So that's like one thing. Also just like eating in a way that is more, I ate a vegetable the other day. I know that sounds shocking, but I was like, I realized like during the holidays.
It doesn't sound shocking. Is it shocking?
It is shocking for me. Well, I was like,
aren't you vegetarian?
Yeah. No judgment here. I'm a carbitarian. Okay. But I realized I I'm like, oh, during the holidays, I was like, you really have just been carbo loading. It is like you're preparing for a marathon that is never coming. Like, and I was like, okay, like we need to incorporate more colors of food into our life, more styles. And I ate like a sugar snap pea. You would have thought I had dug it out of the earth because it was so natural in taste. I was like, oh, food in its raw form. So it's just like, that's okay. Like we need to address the fact that like you do not like food in its raw form. And I was like, Beth, when was the last time you had a piece of fruit? And somebody was saying, probably on the TikTok, I eat fruit every day. I'm like, eat fruit every day? And I'm like, Beth, when was the last time you had a piece of fresh fruit? And I was just like, I don't know. And so I bought bananas and oranges because I was like, those are entry level fruits. So I'm just trying to figure out like how to nourish myself again in a way that is like, again,
good for you.
Yeah. That's not just eating like this. What happens is I get on the same kick of food. So I just want to eat I eat the same meal for breakfast, lunch, dinner a lot of the times. And I have to say my lunch has fresh veggies on it. So I'm not horrible, but it's just like, it doesn't feel like there's enough variety because my brain is just like, I don't want to make any other decisions. We will eat the same thing every day until we hate it and we'll never eat it again. So yeah, that's one of my intentions.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really good one. And that's healthy. That's a good direction. It's a good direction to be moving towards.
Yeah. And I don't think there's a goal in mind or anything like that. It's just very much of like just an awareness of like mind, body, soul, what is coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think I would like one of my intentions to be figuring out when I rest.
Yeah.
And what that actually looks like.
I was going to say, what is rest to you?
Because the reality is I don't have a whole day where I can just lounge around, which is what I, in my mind, feel like, oh, that's restful. Like I'm just going to stay in my pajamas. I'm going to, like not go anywhere. I'd really like to just read, not take care of anybody, have somebody prepare food for me. I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I want to think more about rest and what it means for me and what it looks like. And I remember I listened to this one podcast episode about the different types of rest. And I should probably revisit that and learn a little bit more and actually, schedule it. I think that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I think I need to schedule when I rest.
Yeah. Which sounds...
And I don't just mean like go to sleep at night.
No. But I think that the key is like figuring out what is actually restorative to you.
Yeah.
Because at least for me, I find like, oh, I'm going to take a day and just like rot in the living room and not do anything. But it doesn't feel refreshing.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the hardest things is like, what does rest look like?
And am I ever going to feel rested?
I don't think so.
Because I think that's why I'm always kind of disappointed. I'm like, I never get rest because I'm always tired. But if I got rest, would I not be tired? I don't even know.
I don't even know if that's a possibility.
I don't know either.
Do people live like that where they just feel
well rested? Like when I wake up, do you ever wake up and you're like, oh, I feel so well rested? I don't.
Not typically, no. And I mean, I wake up and it's not like I need to go back. Like I'm awake. I'm up, but it's not like I feel like, oh my gosh, let me take that back. Jayme, yes, I know where we need to go. There's this spa in Vegas. I've talked about it before. I believe it's the Four Seasons spa in the Mandalay Bay. And you go in, you get a robe. It's dark lights. They have infused freaking apple water. And you walk in and you're like, it's this marble room. It's all marble.
Okay.
There's pools and then there's like these waterfalls and then there's all these like places you can lay down and stuff. Every time I've been there, best nap of my life.
Can we go?
Okay, the problem is basically I had a family member paying for me that we are in very different seasons of life. And so when I went to look by myself to go, I was like, this is not really an option. The facials are $400.
What?
Yeah. It was worth it though. Best.
Worth it for you because you didn't have to pay for it.
It was great. I got multiple treatments and they just treated me and I was just like, this is the best. I didn't even know. It truly one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Like I would love to find a spa like that closer by that's a little less where it's just like
a lot less.
Like the nap. I cannot describe to you the nap. I've never woken up and feeling better about my life.
Wow.
And then to go get a facial, then to go get a massage and come back and nap, game over. best days of my life.
I want to do that for a week.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we should do. Spa. We should do one of those spa book retreats where all you do is spa treatments and read books.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but most days, no. Like I'm the times that I've been at this spa has been twice in my life. So there's 2 times that I've woken up like, I feel great.
Well, you know what? I did experience a spa for the first time in 2023.
What?
Yeah, I'd never been to a spa. Never been to a spa in my life. Went to a spa when I was in Napa.
Oh my gosh.
It was fantastic.
Right?
It was great. I got one treatment so that we could have access to we all got one treatment. Yes.
Yep.
And there wasn't even that many things, but it was lovely. It was lovely, but it just wasn't long enough.
What treatment did you get?
It really wasn't. I got a massage.
Oh, how long? 60?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it was 45.
Oh, yeah. You got to get a 90.
Oh, I would have loved that.
The very first massage I got was 90 minutes. I woke up, I was massage drunk. Like I stood up and I was woozy. It was such a feeling of euphoria.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry.
Okay, can we
should do a couples massage.
Let's do it. Yes.
Okay. I guess that's my intention for 2024 is more spa treatments.
Spas. Let's intend to find a spa that's local, that's affordable.
I have a couple.
Possible?
Yes, there's a couple out there.
Needs to be part of a regular life.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a facial here for like $60 to $90.
I don't know that I care about a facial. I want a massage of my
back. You never had a facial though.
Feet. No.
It is.
No, that's not true. I did have a facial once with this lady, but it was in her house, so it might not have been like a true facial.
Was it a Mary Kay
but
facial?
She like squeezed like my zits and pores and stuff like that. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that.
Yeah. You don't have to get extractions.
Felt like my skin looked worse than after.
One time I got a facial and the woman put Bare Minerals makeup on me afterwards. Worst experience of my life. You do not.
What's wrong with Bare Minerals?
Well, after a facial, you don't put makeup on.
Oh.
Like you want your face to feel,
to just like breathe
and just feel good. And she's like, let me just, and I was like, no, but I was young and I didn't know how to say no. Now, if they came at me, I'd be like, you better get away from me.
Yeah. Don't put anything on the skin.
But yeah, you don't have to do extractions. You know, the new thing I want to do, they have a hair facial now where basically you go, it's like
a hair shawl?
A hair shawl. But they go and they like wash your hair in this really, like they do a scalp analysis and then they just wash your hair for like an hour. They do massages.
I would love that.
They wash it. I see videos of it. It looks like the most relaxing thing ever.
Well, anytime I go get my hair done and I get my hair washed, I'm just like, can this last a little bit longer?
It's that for 60 minutes. You're just laying there and then they do a little shoulder rub too. And you're like, done.
Beth,
I know.
What are we waiting for?
Nothing. We're going to, well, we don't have one here yet. Got to save up a little bit. I think the biggest thing is, to me, that is like an area of self-care for me is getting treatments and pampering. Because it's like one of the only times I'm not going to have my phone. I'm going to be totally just focused on myself and freaking loving it. So that's an intention definitely for 2024.
I really like that.
Yeah. Another intention is like to touch grass.
That's great. Like with your feet or with what?
Well, I don't mean like grounding, but I just mean like go outside and be like, get away from the screens. And like, I almost took a walk the other day and then I was like, but it's the intentions now, it's forming in my brain to go outside and take walks.
That's good.
So I just want to be like more of an outdoorsy person.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think so this is, I guess you can call it an intention, but I do feel like it's actually a goal.
Okay.
And that is to get you on a paddleboard with me at some point this year.
Yes.
I feel like that needs to happen.
I agree.
We came very close.
Very close.
And we're going to go all the way.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
That's another intention for this year is I'm trying to take on, let me take that back. Not take on, but try to participate in some of my friends' hobbies that have hobbies that are like more outdoorsy and physical. So there's like, I have some friends that like to hike and I'm like, can I go on a hike with you? Like a baby hike, just to get exposure because part of it is like, I'm not comfortable with that stuff because I don't know how to do it. And yeah, I can watch a video, but I like to, be with a human. And I just need to like know like, oh, okay, there's not mountain lions that are going to eat me. And there's not like snakes everywhere that are going to kill me. Like I don't even know how to hike in a way that's safe, I just want to have a little bit better foundation to feel more comfortable like out there.
Yeah. I love that.
Intention.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Would you come to a dance event with me?
I don't really like partner dancing. I would go. I
You
probably
don't
wouldn't
have
be
to.
dancing.
And watch.
Dancing. Yeah, I would go. I'm saying yes to most things
I took a
this year.
class so that I could learn how to lead
Mm-hmm.
in one particular dance.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't have to dance with anyone else, but I want you to dance with me at least once.
Okay. I just don't like the style of dancing that you like.
Oh, I like all kinds. What kind do you like? I'll go somewhere you want to go.
I like it like, when you just stand by yourself and kind of move.
You want to go
body.
to like a club?
No, just, at my house.
I don't know. Dance with you at your house.
I don't know. We did a dance party once when we were younger. Don't you remember? You
Probably.
You taught us the shaky hip things.
Punta?
Yeah.
With an N, guys.
Yes. Yeah. So we did that. I mean, we've had some moments. I don't know what I want, Jayme.
Tap dancing?
I want to tap dance. I was just thinking about this other day. I was going to call up a studio.
Would you do country line?
I would try it.
Because there you're literally in a line.
I would do line dancing. I don't know. We'll do, our intention this year will be to take a dance class together. One.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I want to read more books this year again.
Of course. Me too.
I want to read more nonfiction, specifically autobiographies and memoirs. I feel like I get a lot from hearing other people's stories.
Yeah.
And the ones that I read in 2023, I was like really inspired me in many ways. So more of that. Another intention is just to I want to build up my community a little bit. Like I recently celebrated a birthday at Jayme's house, and like I have all these pockets of friends that don't really cross.
Yeah.
And so I don't have like a group of friends I hang out with. Like I have just
different ones,
different friends. Yeah. And so, but they're not a group. And so I see people that have a group of friends, and there's just definitely a different dynamic when you have, when people cross-pollinate a little bit.
Yeah.
So I kind of would like to just build my community a little bit more, be out and about a little bit more. I'm going to travel this year for sure.
Are you going to go to Sedona? When are you going to do that?
Somebody told me that Sedona is too commercialized now. And I was just like, oh, my cousin and I are supposed to take
everything you hear.
Well, this is a trusted resource. It wasn't like a TikTok video. Okay. They just said like it's not quite as like earthy as I think it is now.
So where do you want to go?
I don't know. I want to go to Scotland. So I'm thinking about doing a Scotland trip for my birthday or something, but maybe not for my birthday since it's cold. Maybe like an early birthday gift.
That would be amazing.
I'm supposed to do a big trip with one of my family members, a cousin. I'm going to go to Chicago this year at some point.
We're going to go to some podcast conference at some point.
We're going to do that. So this is definitely going to be a year of travel. I'm supposed to go to a friend's wedding in New Orleans this year. So I'm just like, there's just a bunch of little things. Yeah. I'm trying to do more like day trips and, kind of get back to where I was pre-COVID, where I was like, had big plans for 2020 and then LOL.
Yeah.
But now I'm like trying to get back to those plans of like, okay, I'm going to go.
That sounds good.
I want to go wine tasting this year.
I do too. Okay, let's do that together. Yeah. I'll be part of your community.
Yes.
Let's grow it.
Yeah.
There were some great people at that party that cross-pollinated. We could totally become a group.
Yes. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other things in your heart that you're like, I want this to flourish this year?
Oh, goodness. Yeah. But now that I'm on the spot, relationships. I really want to enjoy the time with my kids. I get really sad when I think about the fact that my son's 16 and he's going to be 18 in such a short amount of time. And so having some good quality time with my family is an intention for sure.
That's a good one. I think you need to take on a new hobby.
I'm laughing. Are you serious?
Yeah. I think you need a stagnant hobby, like where you sit somewhere.
Oh, no. Those are not my style.
No, I think you need to try like a crochet something.
Okay, here's the thing. I would like to be able to crochet without learning how to crochet.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to sit and crochet.
Yeah.
But to get to that point,
I know.
To push through the details of like the minute counting and things like that, I don't want to do it.
I know.
I don't want to. I want to just have fun. And that is not fun. I want my hobby to be fun. So I hear you.
I know. I was just trying to find a hobby that would allow for you to maybe like...
I like sewing.
Watch some television shows or something.
How could you do that while you're crocheting? Well, I guess once you're to that point, you don't have to like look and count. Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah.
I'm just saying that to me sounds like a great cold weather hobby for you.
Yeah.
But maybe not crochet, maybe something else. Maybe felting.
I don't know what that is. You know what I think is cool is like I've seen cross stitch things that I'm like, oh, I'd like to be able to do that. But actually doing it, I don't know that I do. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to do any of those little handiwork crafty things.
I know. It's not your jam.
I like baking, but I haven't even done that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing these days, Beth.
True. That's okay though. It's 2024. It is time for new intentions.
I'm recording podcasts.
Yes.
I am.
That's an intention to keep the podcast going.
Trying to stay active and feeding my family, making soup. You know, I mean, that's time consuming.
I love it. My intention for 2024 is soup.
I need to add some new soup recipes.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. A gazpacho. Is that a soup? That's a cold soup, right?
I don't want cold soup when it's cold.
I
want to remember a hearty soup that you chew, not drink.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that this intentions are for the full year. So maybe a soup for each season.
Oh, okay. Maybe so. Maybe I should try a cold soup.
And, because, spring and summer are not right around the corner, but
utilize that Vitamix for cold soup.
There you go. So, well, I hope my biggest intention right now is that we just keep going with the podcast.
Oh, yes.
Because it's been so fun. And we're going to our third-ish year.
Yeah, we are going to continue with this.
Yeah.
I'm intending to.
That is my intention as well.
We're going to up it a notch when we go to that conference. So
yes. Look out, world. You got two geriatric ladies just taking the podcast world by storm.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.